add myself to the stage. We are live. Yes, we are. Good morning. Sometime today. Good morning. There we go. Took a minute to get us on the stage. Good morning, all. We're here. We're live, ready to see what the market has to present after this long weekend. A chance to do some studying while you're, an extra day. It gives you another extra day for your nervous systems and family and stuff on the holidays. Sometimes that can be stressful, different kind of stress, but sometimes that can be stressful. Um, but you also have a chance to study. And what happens too is other people are doing the same thing, studying, checking more things, and they're putting in orders for the Tuesday. So this morning, I need you to understand that this morning there will be a huge rush of orders. There will be a huge rush of orders that will come into the market this morning from things that were set for over the weekend, whether that's selling uh things that they had over the weekend. If you got shares, people are maybe setting up opening, closing, all the things have happened. So you need to be aware that a lot of orders will come in. Long weekend, good weekend, Memorial Day. We say we give a moment of silence to all those who have lost their lives in the process of keeping us free, and we honor them. That's what Memorial Day is all about. Memorial Day and Veterans Day, they're different. Two different things. And maybe you already know the difference, but they're definitely not the same. Memorial Day are for those who have passed on, who were in pursuit of our freedom, and Veterans Day is to honor all the people who serve in our armed services. Two different things. I think there's another one that's called like Armed Services Day. I don't even know what that day is, but anyway, you got Veterans Day and Memorial Day. Yesterday was Memorial Day. All right, I wanted to start up a little early just to give YouTube and Facebook and Instagram a chance to let the people know that we're here, that I'm live and running. But let's see what we got to look at. Let's see what we got to look at. Good morning, all. Good morning, all. I needed to do free trading. Let's run this, okay? We can run that this morning. We also need to create the banner about our challenge that is coming up. We have a challenge coming up. A challenge. We got a challenge coming up. Challenge is coming up June the 3rd through the 7th. I'll talk about it later in this call. But definitely you need to know that we've got a challenge that is coming. Okay. What are we calling it? Start with the chart. Challenge. June 3rd through the 7th. Register at educator2trader.com. Educator2trader.com. Yes, that's our challenge coming up. It'll start on June the 3rd. Let me see if this is gonna. I wanted to scroll. I think it's gonna pop up as a thingamabobber. Nope, I want it as a scroller. There we go. That's what we got going. Oh goodness, something's going on with my eye. Sorry. For those of us who wear glasses, as soon as you start fooling around in your eyes, you got to move the glasses all cattywampus, and it makes you look makes you look funny. It makes you look funny when that happens. Yes, it does. Let me make sure I am on the right place. Okay. Good day, Janae. Good day. Good day. Okay. Let's look over and see where we are. Janae, if you got you some trades in mind, put them in the chat. I'm wondering what we look today. What are we looking at? I got some ideas of what I'm going to look at on this call, but I want to see what are we going to look at. Why is the intranet looking like it doesn't want to be, you know what I think it may be, running multiple things. Hey Asleen, hey Royal Diadem, how y'all doing? Am I sharing screen? Oh no, I'm not just yet. I got to get back into the rhythm. Jamie's been doing this all last week. How to get back into the rhythm. Come on, baby. Okay, I selected present. Why are you not presenting? Ooh, moving super slow. I'm not ready for this. Okay, so the VIX this morning is at 12.5. The VIX is at 12.5 this morning. Maybe I'll go here and make this bigger. And that's the okay, 12.49 is where the VIX is this here morning. Yahoo Finance. Hello, hello. My computer's just like chilling. This is not gonna work for me. All of this stuff just seems to be sitting still. This is a no-brainer. Okay, I know how to fix this problem. Ooh. GameStop shares rise 26% in the pre-market trading after 933 million stock sale. Looks like GameStop may be on the move again this morning. So for those who are playing meme stocks, definitely, I'll say watch it out. Watch it out. OpenAI creates oversight team with Sam Altman on board, begins training a new model. That's Sam Altman. This seems like it's not fresh news, but maybe it is. T-Mobile to acquire most of the U.S. cellular and $4.4 billion deal. I'm surprised antitrust isn't stepping in on that. Fed's Kashkari wants to see many more months of positive inflation data before a rate cut. Yeah, we can see that being the case. Okay, let's look at our calendar. Maybe that'll give us some information. Today's Tuesday. FOMC member Bowman spoke at midnight. Basically, that's long ago. 9 o'clock this morning, we had S&P CS Composite HPI, which is, I believe, home price index or housing price index. That all was at 9 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, we will have CB Consumer Confidence. That's a red folder at 10 o'clock. Keep that in mind. Remember, I told y'all, give it a minute. Give it a minute. Let all the orders from over the weekend come in and let those get processed. So that way you can make an informed decision based on knowledge, right? They're not based on all the volatility that happens at 9:30. At 1 o'clock, we got FOMC member Cook and Daly will be speaking. Those are happening at 1. So as far as the day's information, you got 10 o'clock with your red folder, and you've got 2 yellow folders at 1 o'clock, which is FOMC members. And a lot of times when they speak, they're not as much as E.F. Hutton, but just know that when they are speaking, I think I needed that. But Washington pushes for new AI rules as Hollywood backlash mounts. Okay, that would set governing the use of AI in the music and movie industries. Kind of knew that's what's coming. Costco was going to have earnings this week. Kind of knew that was going to come as far as some controls on AI, because AI basically has it's doing a lot, and people, because you're trying to figure out what we're good with, what we not so good with, then we need to, there needs to be some controls. But as usual, most of the big entities are going to be behind the ball. So sometimes now at this point, the cat's kind of out of the bag, and you want to try to get him back in the bag, but he's out now. He's out now. Okay, so we did have a gap up this morning open. This is SPX. Put us on, we can go to the 5-minute chart. We gapped up. Got a trade coming down. Down. Okay, this is SPX. It gapped up. Our open was 53.15. And it acts like it wants to come, but this long wick kind of gives you an indication that it may want to move some more upwards as well. We'll keep an eye on it. Basically, we'll keep an eye on that. Let me see. Janae was here. Asleen, I said, hey. Real Item says, I'm off today. Missed this morning call. Work has been working me. Well, I'm so glad you're here this morning. I really am. Hey, Tamar. Welcome back. Yes, welcome back. I'm going to see my daughter today. She is back at home, but I'm going to see her today at her house, at their house, and see what's how she's doing. I've been talking to her every day, but I hadn't seen her in a couple of days. Need to go visit with her. And Tanya, good morning. On all of this is just moving so slow this morning. You know what it is? I have two charting things running right now, and they're taking up all the juice. They're taking up all the juice. Okay, let's look at our earnings for today. We've got this morning we had Scotia Bank, Food Tube. Let me see anybody we of interest. Not really anybody of interest in the morning. This afternoon, after market closes, we are going to have Kava. That's going to be later today. Tomorrow, I think, is where we get more interest in parties. Abercrombie and Fitch will be tomorrow morning. Advanced Auto Parts and Dick's tomorrow morning, and then Salesforce, C3 AI. Those are going to, and HP. Those are going to be tomorrow afternoon. Okay, that's what we'll have there for that. Let's see what Adam had to say this morning. If I can get the slides to move. Yesterday, I was looking for a rally to 53.20 in SPX. We hit it twice before close and overnight, rejecting both times. 52.93 to 96, 52.93.96 to 53.30 is pure chop zone. Pure chop zone. And we are definitely in that zone right now. We're in the zone right now. All righty. Hold please. We got you. Why is this my computer moving so slow? I always talk about that, but it's getting to be frustrating at this point that it's moving so slow. Okay. So the pure chop, 52.93 to 96 to 53.30 is pure chop. Like I said, we are in that zone right now for 2 weeks. If you overtrade, you're going to lose money, Adam says. Plan is 53.08 to 53.10 is support. It's kind of weak now because it just got tested. According to this, he puts this out at 8 o'clock in the morning. Keeps 53.20 and 53.30 plus alive. If 53.08 fails, then you retest 52.96. Okay, so at this point, we're at 53.14. We're at 53.14. It did drop down as low as 53.11, and it is now turning more green. The difference between the ES and the SPX is 15 points right now. So if the gap is definitely getting smaller. Hey, Lisa, definitely getting smaller. It did kind of hit the bottom of it, 53.11. It's kind of bouncing now. That's that. If you're trading XSP, you've got 533 on the call side and 529 on the puts side. Okay, that's what's going on with that. Trade accordingly. All righty, we've got a list of option seller trades. Again, if you're in my community, you've seen this entire list. When I say my community, I'm saying if you're in my membership, you have seen this entire list. You can be in my big Telegram. I have a Telegram that's free, and you're seeing the same list that you see on the screen. If you're in the membership, though, you'll see the entire list. All right, you'll see the whole list. But we're gonna look at a few of these on here. I'm going to look at AA, Cisco, Devon, and Carvana. I'm going to look at those 4 this morning to see what's going on with those. If there's something else you all want to look at, you think we should look at to trade, then go ahead and put it in the chat. We did do a bunch of charting yesterday evening, and if you didn't watch that video, you can go back and check yesterday's live to see what's going on with that one. Okay. I'm going to go to check out I'm going to go check out these 4 stocks here in a second. Yeah, the gap is definitely getting smaller. If you are doing peak buy or if you're not doing PeakBot yet, if you are in PeakBot, just know PeakBot is live on Schwab. Yay! Those of us who were in PeakBot and using it with TD Ameritrade, and then when it switched over to Schwab, we couldn't go with it. PeakBot is live on Schwab now. Okay, you go into your usepeakbot.com, and then you will you go into your you go into usepeakbot.com, and then you go into your profile. You need to disconnect to the Ameritrade. Then when you go back to the home screen, you're going to see a place to reconnect your broker inside of PeakBot. But you can go ahead and get that running, so that way PeakBot can be doing the automated trading for you. If you are wanting to do PeakBot, but you were waiting till the whole Schwab thing happened and whatever, many people were. If you were waiting for that to come about, then go ahead and get signed up for 25% off your first quarter. 25% off your first quarter. Use peakbot.com/E2T is going to get you your first quarter for 25% off. All right, Janae, I see your stuff here. Exxon and MU. Okay. You know we're still in Sim May. It's wrapping up though. Sim May is coming to a close. Now, hopefully, Sim May has allowed you to fine-tune a strategy and has allowed you to get in where you can get in. Okay. Hopefully that's allowed that for you. If not, you definitely need to continue in Sim until you are comfortable with your strategy, whether that's a new strategy or one you're fine-tuning, one you're getting more confident with. You need to stick with the Sim until you're ready to go live with it. Stick with the Sim until you're ready to go live with them. I'm going to go ahead and go charting, but I want you to know before I start this charting that we are having a Start with the Chart challenge. June 3rd through the 7th, we are doing a Start with the Chart challenge. Okay, go ahead and sign up. It's free to enroll in the challenge, but if you want to see the replays, you want to get in on the trade ideas, you want to be able to ask questions and answers and all those good things, you're probably going to pay the $47 for the VIP, because there's going to be a little bit more happening in VIP. Again, challenge is free. If you want all the extra stuff, all the bells and the whistles, then you're going to need to come on to the VIP. All right. You can go to my website, educatortotrader.com, and get yourself registered for that. Okay, I think the chart should be back up now. It's taking its own little penny time. Coming up, this is Exxon we're looking at. I'm going to put Exxon, I'm going to put us on the daily chart. We've got 4 days. 4 days for sellers in a week is good. 4 days. It means we're even closer to where we want to be. 4 days is good. 4 days is good for the sellers. I've got support down here at 113. I believe Exxon is on the call credit spread list. I believe it's on the call credit spread list. So if you're looking here, there was a gap here, which I believe has been filled over in this area. Looking at call credit spreads, I would probably go with, let me see, what did I have on the, let me see what I have on the list. I usually find these based on, not just based on the probability of the money, but so slow. Let me close some stuff up here on the main screen too. Some stuff I don't need. Okay. $115 is what I'm feeling is going to be right at the top of this gap, which would have been this gap right at $115. Would have been a good place for that. But I need to go look and see. What's this? Exxon? Yes, Exxon. No, Exomo, no, Exxon. Y'all know we use the probability out of money. I see 115 at 67, so maybe 116, 117 for this coming Friday, 116, 117. This, I would see the resistance right here at the 115 and some change goes along with, let me go with text here. put a line on here so you can see where I'm getting that from. Got this support right here. Underneath the candle from whatever this date is, was this May the 7th? Right at the top of this candle, long wick, you see it closed just beneath here. This is 115.70. So call credit spread just above that for the week should be decent. Let me see what kind of money we're talking about. 116, 117. At this point, it's paying $15. At this point, paying $15. 15% return, baby. 15% return. MU. Okay, now MU. Where are you? There we go. I want to say MU. Is it even on the list? Do you know, Janae, if MU is on the list? It is. The list is so long, sometimes I remember most of the things, and then I'll be like, well, is it there or not? I have to remember. Let me go look in here. I can see it quicker over here. Yep, MU is on the put credit spread list. MU is on the put credit spread list. So we've got now a gap that is forming from this morning's gap up is MU. If I was going with the line, oh, one, okay. But I also see some support up in here based on this candle here. I will go with that. Support was that 128.96, I believe. That's going to feel a little uncomfortable. So let's maybe not go with that one. I will always try to be conservative because we don't have any reason not to be conservative, right? So if we're looking at MU, I see 126, 127 as, yeah, 126, 127. MU here has 120, 24, 25. There's a plus minus 5. Plus minus 5. So that does put us at like 125. If you're going to go with the plus minus numbers, it's about 125, which puts you below this line here. So I can go with that too. Notice how we take all the pieces and the parts and put them together. We look at the chart, we look at the option chain, you see what direction we're going, and then that helps you make your decision. There's one more right in here, 125.21 is another support area. So this zone would be in here, 125, 121. 125 has a probability of having money of over 75%. So a lot of people would like that one. 124, 125 is paying $14 as well. Let me put some text in here. PCS 124, 125. Okay, that could be for MU. If you want to get a little closer, you can. If you're feeling a little more froggy, as we put it, you're feeling a little more aggressive, you can. But it's got a plus minus 5 on the implied volatility. The Micron and the semis are really kind of on a bullish move a little bit, so that may give you a little bit more pause. 126 is actually 75% probability out of money. So if you went 125, 126, you're going to put a little bit more money off the trade. 125, 126 is actually paying $21 if you want to go one step closer. And that, you got a support right here. You got support at the 128 area, and you got support at 126 and some change. So if you did 125, 126, you could still be in a safe zone because you got two supports between the current price. Once this gap closes, then it can go on back on its way, because it probably will. Once the gap's closed, the bottom of the gap is going to be support. All right. That was it. Oh, let's look at Apple. Nope. AAPL. How about we go with the A's and not the S's? Okay. Okay. Apple. This pullback right here was nice. Let's see if that's going to provide us some support. And that's at 186. We had a zone down here that needed the gap to be filled. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted this one. So part of that gap has been filled with that candle from a few days ago. What was it? Probably Thursday. Yep, it was Thursday. That was the big red day. Apple also gapped up this morning. So that gap may need filling as well. Basically, we gapped up from here to here. A gap goes from closed to open. So part of the gap has been filled with the part of this candle, but we still got a little bit of room here. That's going to most likely provide some support as well. We also have, though, you can look to see that there is resistance here from, this was what, Tuesday and Wednesday of last week, which is right where it popped into. It's gone up into that zone, but the price did not close. I mean, didn't open there. It went up, and now it's going back down. So that's 192. I do still see, Apple's on an upwards trend. It's been in a consolidation area for a little minute, but for a few days. What's this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 days. Yeah, about 9 days. So I probably would stick with the put credit spread to be comfortable, and then in maybe a day or so I may look at call credit spread. But if some of the tech stuff is moving, then that might make a difference for you. So let's see. I'm gonna go 186. Apple, let's see what the plus minus number says on here. And I know I'm not switching back and forth between screens because it's not as quick to do when I'm running two screens. So y'all have to trust my words. And you can look at the option chain. And you can look at your option chains too. So what did I say? 186. What I see is plus minus numbers. Actually 187.5 is 82% probability out of the money. It's a plus minus 187.5, 185, 187.5. Now, if you're not comfortable with that, let's see what it's paying. Then you can go down one more. You can go down one more if you're not as comfortable with that. Let's go to the text. And then as the week progresses, you may see, you may get to Thursday and may see that there may be an opportunity up here for a call credit spread and make this into an iron condor for yourself. 185, 187.5 is currently paying $22. So just below 10% of the collateral is what's going on. Okay. That's Apple. Exxon, MU, Apple, we covered so far. I want to go look at Carvana because Carvana just been on its little way, on its merry way. I did not know it had gotten over the 100, but it went on up there and pulled back some. Look like this call credit spread back when I wrote it back then, would still be a good one. I don't know if the money would be good at this point. It's $100. No, wouldn't be no money up there now. Nope. So this call credit spread, if I was looking at that, I would go above 115 call credit spread at or above. Let me see if it'll let me edit. 116. I'm gonna go look over here at Carvana on the option chain. Carvana showed up on our call credit spread list, and that's because of this monstrous gap that is being filled at this point. See this big old gap? Actually it gapped up to here, right? And then if we were to pull it across, we see that gap has been closing. So now we can bring this candle, we can bring the gap back down. It is still closing this gap. Come on, there we go. You can work with me. Okay, so if I'm looking at Carvana, call credit spread. One of the things you can do is when you have gaps like this as a seller, you can call credit spread it going down. Basically, you call credit spread with the gap going down. Okay, and you get in your places, there may be a little bit of pullback, so you want to make sure that you're giving yourself a little bit of room, but you don't have to give yourself a whole lot of room. It's probably going through the gap. Not that it can't hit the middle or something and switch around, because it can. But let me see what I see on the call credit spread side. 112 is 73%, and 113 is 79%. It's a plus minus almost 8. So that's 115. So 113 is probably the closest I would get. 113 is again probably the closest I would get. Which 113 puts us right in here. Of course, you can go on up to 115, 116. Actually, this line can come down some because based on this candle over on May 8th, that puts us at 114.80. I think that's an 80. $114. What is this number? Oh, it's 60. My eyes do not want to work this morning either. We got all kind of issues happening in the morning. All these issues. I probably would stick with the 115. It'll be safer there. 115, 116 will be safer. Let me see what kind of money is happening at 115, 116. It's like it's paying $19. That's a really good return for $100 of collateral. 115, 116 is good money. That's good money. Let me go see if I think I may have some comments here y'all are making, and I'm not able to see them. So let me get to where I can see the comments. Let me get to that so I don't miss anything that you all are saying. Come on, let me in. Apple, good morning. The strat is saying it's coming down, so a call credit spread. Yep, I can go with that. Call credit spread. Okay, that's gonna deal with, that's Carvana, right? And then I think I had Devon as a iron condor opportunity. Devon or Devon Energy, looking at that for an iron condor. Let's see what we see here. Let's see what we see. Devon is neutral. It showed up as neutral on the PeakBot watch list. Yeah, I'm not sure how many of you do use that PeakBot watch list, but it's going to be very soon. It's only going to be available for those who are PeakBot users. Right now, the watch list is open to anybody interested, but that's going to change if you're not a PeakBot user. So Tamar says covered call spreads on Carvana have been very good to me the past few weeks. Catching 24 cents or more. It's been sticking to a pattern that's been working. Say less, sis. Say less. I need to put a cycle around Carvana. I think what made him catch my attention was that price point. I was like, wait, now let me see what Carvana talk about over here. Let me go see what they talk about. Okay, Carvana might be the move. Carvana might just be the move. Okay, so we've got support here. There is one there, but I also see a support line. Oh, no, I already picked it. Right here at 48.16. I see that one. It's currently at, it's kind of dancing around this support resistance line right now. Price is above it. So that's at 48.50, about thereabouts. And you're also going to have this 49.28 is going to be the bottom of this gap. And if you want to get the top of the gap, which, if price gets into the gap, you want to have some support some resistance at the top. So that could be 50. I'm going to go look at Devon, DVN, and let's look on both sides to see what could be some iron condor. Now, for iron condors, an iron condor is a call credit spread and a put credit spread. They're entered separately, but when you put these two trades together, they become an iron condor. So there's nothing different. You don't do anything different than what you would do if you were entering a put credit spread or entering a call credit spread. You just entered them both. right? And they don't have to be simultaneous. You can do them all at one time, but you want to do like the put credit spread together, call credit spread together. Let's do that. And then when you, with all four of those legs makes an iron condor. Okay, that's how we get the iron condor. Nothing special going there. But that's how you get an iron condor. And you can say if the price is going up, like today it's green, today may be the day that you look at the call credit spread side. But we're not too far from the put credit spread side, so you may get good premiums there as well. All right. I see on the bottom 49, sorry, on the top 49.5. I probably would go on up to 50 because if you're doing an iron condor, you can be a little more conservative because you're going to make money on both sides. So I see 50, 51 on the call credit spread side. CCS 50, 51. I see that. And on the put credit spread side, I would probably go with 46.5, 47.5. Yeah, you probably could even go with 48, 47, 48. 48 is a 68% probability out of the money. That might be a little uncomfortable. Guess that's because it's so close in proximity. But 46.5, 47.5 would give you, put you a little bit lower than this. PCS 46.5, 47.5. Okay, so let me go see what kind of money we're talking about with those two setups. 46.5, 47.5 is paying $8. So the $8 on the put credit spread side. And if you're looking at 50, 51, that's paying $4. So I'm not as fond of that, which is why I would probably wait for the top side of that one to a price to come up some more. And I'm a little more aggressive. I might even go with 49.5. But I would wait till prices coming up into that zone to make sure, because 49.5, 50 is paying $7. If you want to do two of those, that's going to be $14 automatically. So if you did 49.5, 50 up here, that's a 50-cent spread, and it's paying $7. So you do two of them. That way you get a one spread, and then you make this into a one spread. So that way you got money even on both sides. And if you do 14 on one side and what did I say, 8 on the other, you're at $22. You're $22. Janae says, the wider the iron condor, does that lessen the premium? Yes. Should the premiums be close in amount? No. So the wider the iron condor, the further you go away from current price, whether you're going up or down, the further from current prices, the less you're going to pull in on premiums. So yes, if you're going further away from current price, you're going to get less money. Should the premiums be close in amount? Not necessarily. They can be, depending on when you enter them. So that's why I said if you enter this whole thing we're talking about right now, if you enter this whole thing right now, you're going to see a difference in price because the price is closer to one place than it is the other. If price is hovering in between the two zones like equally, then those would be, you're going to get equal money if they're about equal distance away from the current price, right? So if current price now is like 48.50, current price 48.50. So if I went up to 49.50 and I went down to 47.50, we should get about the same money on both sides. Okay, so if the current price is equidistant from the both strikes, then you should get about the same money. Tamara says, I listened to what you've been preaching, Arlissa. Don't stray from what's working, Carvana and Enphase. Enphase got me last week, though, Tamara. I went in on Enphase on that call credit spread side, and it ran up and it went right on through my strikes. Weekly vertical spreads and SPX 0 DTE, rinse and repeat. That's a good thing to do. Listen, when you see that it's just the ones that you like are working for you, then you keep working them. These are like good employees. If you own a company, and you may, or if you are a manager and you may be, and you got people who are good employees, you continue to, take good care of those employees and you keep calling them to do more work. That's how that goes. The Tanya said, did you get caught in the call credit spread last week? I did. Enphase got me last week. But that, I think it was kind of my fault too. It was on Thursday and I wasn't really watching it. So I put myself in the position where when Friday came, it had done run through, and I was like, "What the world?" So by the time I went down and scrolled and saw it had got me. It had got me already. I have been got. Yes. Okay. So we've got Devin, Carvana. I'm gonna look at one more. That'd be Cisco. That's gonna be Cisco. Oh, I need to go back and check real quick to see what's happening with SPX. Let me pull this over so I can see what SPX is doing over here. We'll look at Cisco, but I'm going to see what SPX has going. Did it fill the gap? I hadn't even come back to it. We're 30 minutes in. Yep, gap filled, and it's now going in the other direction. Gap is filled. And it's now got a little green candle going the other way, okay? That's what's going on with SPX. 15-minute chart. If you're doing the breakout, this first 15 minutes over here is the breakout, and it broke out going down. Will it continue going down? You have to wait and see. Okay, you have to wait and see. This is the breakout zone outside of this 15-minute candle. It did come out of here. Will it continue? It could. 10 o'clock turnaround is real. So just know that it's 10 o'clock and it could turn around and go on back now that it's filled this gap. But you trade what you see. Now, always, my PDT hackers, be careful. We don't really look at to enter the PDT hack stuff until about 10:15 anyway. Is when you start looking. So trade wisely and strategically. This is what we need to do. What are we on? We're on Cisco. Cisco, I believe, is on the call credit spread list, and it is. I see some resistance up here at 47. It has dropped here and gone back up. So green on the day, the week, and the month, which makes, well, not the month. The month has already been going, but if I was going to do a call credit spread, I'd look at the 47, or I'd go up here above this 48. So 47 or 48. Let me go look at what's actually on our. I got Cisco at 47.48 is what I have it on the. Now Cisco's trying to be going upwards a little bit today. It's like, well, you're not leaving me behind. So if we look at it on the option chain, 47 is a little close. It's 57% out of the probability out of the money. We don't want that. 47.5, 48.5, you can go with that. That's 80%. Oh, nothing at all. CCS 47.5. This is what I was saying about, I always say this, when you're looking to enter these trades, I want you to end on Monday morning or Tuesday morning in this case to go look back. Even though my graphic says 47.48, you can see the price action for this morning on Cisco makes 47 feel really too close. 47 is right here where my mouse is, It's almost there. So you need to come back and revisit the stock you like and make sure that you still agree with those strikes. 47.5 has an 80% probability out of the money, but 47 has a 60% probability out of the money. That will be a little more scary than what we want. I don't trade 60% either. But look up 47.5, adjust it based on your charting or based on, if you don't want to chart and look at it, just look at probability out of the money. As long as it's above 70, 75%, you can select whatever strike is above that. You can do it that way, okay? So if I see Cisco, I'm looking at 47.5, 48.5. Yeah, because 47 is at 60% probability out of the money. Though it's got a downwards ride, there's no reason for us to get in front of no trains. We need to get in front of the train. No, we don't. No, we don't, okay? All righty. Let me get us back to the main screen. Let's get to the main screen, All right. All right. So we are signing up for the Start with the Chart challenge. Again, if you're already in my membership, you don't need to sign up. The people in my membership are automatically grandfathered into everything I do. But if you're not in the membership, then you need to do all the things. You need to register. If you want to do VIP, for the recordings and all that goes along with that. You need to go ahead and get registered for that. June 3rd through the 7th is when we're going to have our Start with the Chart and Make More Profits challenge. The membership I was just talking about is open. It's always open to, and you pay and you start right then, right? And then you pay every month on your monthly time. Morning calls, we have these. We have weekly training calls, which is on Thursdays. And then our monthly coaching calls are the first weekend of the month, first Saturday of the month, which is coming up this first Saturday. Okay. That's the first, that's what we have going in the membership. And of course we have Telegram. I'm there. My helper, my good old helper, Jamie, is there. And other people are very helpful as far as wanting to make sure people can get what information they need. Folks are very open with their information because that's a community that we've curated of people who want to help. There's no gatekeeping inside that community for sure. And obviously not much gatekeeping outside the community, because even on YouTube, I give you a lot of the same things. I won't say a lot of, I don't. I give you the same steps and processes. The people inside my membership, of course, get more of me because they get, specific answers to questions. They get guidance. They get the what ifs, or I'm in this trade. What do I do? They get all that. You can't get that from a YouTube video, because you comment to me on a YouTube video and ask me about a particular trade. I may or may not see it. I'm not going to give you a full answer, not because I'm going to be being stingy, but because it's almost impossible to give a full answer on YouTube comments. You need to be able to interact and communicate, right? YouTube is not the place to do that. So here's our daily declaration. I must go. I must go. I must go. E2T Traders Declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My account's growing more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. And then our E2T daily prayer is, Lord, it is you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have whatever we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen, 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 amen. Okay, so I will see you all in the market for sure. We're here. If you're in my telegrams, you can communicate with us there for sure. Comment to the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Okay, pass the word. Tell the people we're here. Tell the people our listeners over here talking about seller stuff every single day. Our listener and Jamie. Between me and Jamie, we talking about it every single day. All right, every single day. All righty. I want you to do 2 things, maybe 3, but definitely 2 things. I want you to stay green and get this money and have a wonderful green day. All right. I will see you all later. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.